swear to God, this camera is so feckin' dark. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, got it. Hi everyone. So I left a message on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter saying that I was bleeding from the chest, which is true. I was bleeding from the chest. The reason why I didn't go to the hospital is because I've had chest pains like this before where I was being attacked. The last time I went to an ambulance complaining of chest pains, they said I had a speeding heart. Now, I don't think I or any medical professional have ever heard of that before. That's the rays going now because they don't want me speaking. No medical professional has ever heard of a speeding heart before, but apparently that's what I had. They said that's what I had. They said it was typical for somebody of my ethnicity and age before sending me back home. So for reasons like that, and you know, and also I have to take into consideration the fact that there have been other victims that have suffered from chest pains, heart pains, all that kind of thing, and I've basically been left home to die. So that's why I kind of didn't go to the ambulance. Instead of, I kind of attempted to do some writing, even though I didn't get very far. So basically I just spent the day in bed, just resting up, watching some videos, and basically I went out today for a couple of hours to try to do some writing, even though it didn't go very well. I didn't write very much. So that's what I did today. Now a lot of people are kind of probably wondering, why would I send a message like that if I wasn't going to go to the hospital? And the reason is this: the internet is the last thing, I'm not going to say it's the last thing that we have, but in terms of actually getting the truth out there, the internet is kind of the last place where we can come and we can actually speak the truth about what's going on. Because God knows the police are not on our side. The medical profession is not on our side. They are increasingly corporate-led, so they are increasingly against the people. Which is just baffling to me, because if, you know, we do even more for corporations than we do for our own government. The amount of money we spend on corporations, they should be treating us a lot better than this. So that's the reason I don't deal with hospitals or deal with police officers unless I absolutely have to. At the end of the day, right, these people, you know, there are some people in this profession who care about you, who genuinely care about you, but they're brainwashed by a system that ultimately doesn't care. So I will try as much as possible to get my health in order, because, you know, even without the rays, I'm not exactly healthy in the first place, and I've got to work on that. So no, I assure you, the last video wasn't fake. I wasn't trolling anybody. I wasn't looking for attention. I was basically bleeding inside my chest and coughing it up. And they like to fire the rays at night because when you're stationary, that's when you're most vulnerable to the energy weapons. You're most vulnerable when you're stationary. That's why they like to fire it at night, because they know I'm going to be in bed trying to sleep. They know I'm not going to be moving around. They know I'm not going to be walking up and down doing anything at night unless I absolutely have to. So that's why they fire it at night. It's not necessarily that they won't fire it while I'm moving. They will if the mood takes them, but they prefer to do it whilst I'm stationary. They prefer to do it whilst I'm not moving. Sorry. Let me get this fucking camera angle right. So they prefer to do it when I'm not moving. They prefer to do it when I'm stationary and when I'm not moving. Because that's when the rays work best. Remember, it's about focused energy. So it works better if the target is stationary. Do you understand? So that's why they keep firing it at night. And that's why they keep doing it at night, because, you know, like I said before, and the hours of 3 to 4 in the morning is when your body is supposed to be most vulnerable. So that's why you get some people who have had the rays fired on them at night. Some of them don't wake up from their sleep or something like that, you know, and all those kind of things. Like I said before, I think I said it in my Twitter, there's no point in me calling out the stalkers anymore. And it's not because not saying anything is the right thing to do. It's just because when you think about what kind of people they are and what they have proven themselves to be, what could you possibly say about them that hasn't, you know, what could you possibly say about them to justify their actions and their behavior, and most of all their intentions? What could you possibly say about them? You can't, there's nothing really that I could say. I could call them every word for a cunt in the English language. It wouldn't do it justice. It wouldn't do any of them justice. You know, this is evil so far beyond insults and so far beyond anger and so far beyond even incredulity that you don't really know what to say. Like, this kind of evil with this kind of audacity leaves you speechless. But there have been some of you that have really been supporting me, and I really want to thank you for that. A lot of people on my Facebook have had issues. You know what? I don't give a fuck what none of you think. I know it sounds really like paradoxical, considering that I'm posting up important updates of myself everywhere, but I really don't care what you think. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care if you think it's real. I don't care if you think it's false, because if this experience has taught me anything, is that opinions don't mean anything. People kill one another over opinions. Please believe me when I say that your opinion means nothing. Because at the end of the day, if it's not working towards bettering humanity, then yeah, your opinion means nothing. So I'm not interested in what you have to say. I'm interested in the people who know the truth and who will actually speak out, who will do the right thing, and who will have moral courage to actually do what needs to be done in order to stop this, because this isn't right. This isn't right. I know it. And the stalkers know it even more than I do. That's the reason why they keep doing it in the first place, because they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong, and they don't want to be reminded of what they are and what they're doing. But I'm going to keep reminding them. And for those who are on my side and those of you who are with me, thank you. So that's just an update and a basic ramble. I'm going to leave it at that. You take care of yourselves. I'll give you another update if things sort of escalate or stuff like that. I think this year is just going to be a test for me that I have to deal with. But honestly, I think that I'm going to deal with it a lot better than I did the first time around, because I feel like I've come full circle in a situation. And I feel like this time it's going to work out a lot better than the last time. Fabulous D out.